Good evening. Today's date is Tuesday, October 10th, and this is our regular scheduled board meeting for the Board of Commissioners for Richland School District 1. Again, today is Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. We are located at Stevenson Administration Building, 1616 Richland Street, Columbia, South Carolina, 29201. I'd like to read a statement. Pursuant to the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, the public will be provided access to the live stream of this meeting via the district's website, which is www.richland1.org, as well as in person with limited seating. We do have an agenda in front of us, and the time is now 6:01. I would like to entertain a motion for us to go into executive session.
Mr. Chairman, move that we go into executive session.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Devine, second by Commissioner Clyburn, that we do go into executive session. Any question or discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, we'll now cast our vote. We want to do it manually or electronically? We'll do it manually. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. The agenda is as stated, as well as on our document. Item 3, Office of Human Resources. Item 3.01, HR Personnel Update. 3.02, Administrative Appointment. 3.3, Leave of Absence. 3.04, Hiring of Personnel. At this time, we will now retire to executive session. The Board of School Commissioners have been in executive session since 6 p.m. We retired from adjourned executive session at 6:23 p.m. By motion from Jamie Devine and a second from Angela Clyburn. And so as we're here now for the public session for Tuesday, October 10th, 2023, we'd like to read a statement and then we'll go into the agenda. Pursuant to the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, the public will be provided access to the live stream of this meeting via the district's website, which is www.richland1.org, as well as in person with limited seating. On the agenda tonight, we start off with item 5.01, which is the invocation by Commissioner Devine.
Thank you, Chairman. Bishop, let us bow. O God, our highest authority, we come before you to petition with the main motion, and we praise your name and thank you for your bountiful blessings. Then we pray that we postpone indefinitely all of our fears and anxieties, and we wish to amend the motion by thanking you for your creation in orderly fashion, and we thank you for parliamentary law and for those who practice and study it. As a committee of one, each of us is thankful for the time and effort put into today's meeting. We wish to postpone to a certain time our study of Robert's Rules of Order so that we may give it our full attention. You have set the planets in the heavens and caused the moon to pull the tides of the oceans to our lives, that it may be in harmony with each other through the learning and using of our parliamentary law. At recess, we will enjoy sharing with each other our interests and experiences that we as parliamentarians and students of parliamentary law have encountered over the past year. We do wish to be adjourned from your presence. We do not wish to be adjourned from your presence. However, we do wish to fix the time to which to adjourn on another day to conduct our business of learning more about you, your purpose, and this school district. Amen.
Amen. Commissioner Devine, thank you for your thoughts and your prayers. Also, thank you for your continued service to this community and beyond. We appreciate all the work you do. We now have item 5.02, which is the agenda adoption. What's the pleasure of the board?
Move for approval.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Clyburn, second by Commissioner Myers, second by Commissioner Devine. Are we taking these votes electronically or manually? Are we all taking these votes electronically? Let's cast our vote. The result is 5 yeas, 0 nays. The ayes have it. The final resolution is the motion passed. Let the record show at this time Commissioner Harris is not here and Commissioner Robert Lomanak is not here. We will now go to item 5.03, which is the school board spotlight presented by Commissioner Devine and Commissioner Myers.
Thank you, Chairman Bishop. Richland 1 is proud to have many talented employees who are committed to doing their jobs effectively and efficiently, including our bookkeepers. Tonight, we will recognize this year's winners of the Diane Harlan Bookkeeping Awards. Director of Accounting, Ms. Arnett Madison Edmond from the District's Office of Financial Services will come forward to tell us more about the awards and introduce our honorees. Accounting Supervisor, Ms. Kimberly Shroud, will make the presentations with assistance from Student Activity Accountant Cynthia Johnson. Ms. Edmond.
Good afternoon, Vice Chairman Dr. Bishop, Board of School Commissioners, and Dr. Witherspoon. It's a pleasure tonight to present to you the Diane Harlan Bookkeeper Awards for fiscal year 22-23. Ms. Harlan was a student activity auditor in the financial services for approximately 9 years. This award was named in her honor when she passed away in 1984. The district has approximately $2.8 million of expenditures that pass through the student activity accounts during fiscal year 2023. Tonight, awards are presented to 3 individuals who demonstrated the standards set by Ms. Harlan. In the absence of our CFO, Sherry Matthew Hazel, it is my honor to announce the 22-23 recipient of the Diane Harlan Award for Excellence in Bookkeeping. Please come forward as I call your name to receive your award and a small token of our appreciation for a job well done. Any family members in the audience may stand also to be recognized. Our first one is Ms. Erica McEntee, W.J. Keenan High School. Principal, Mr. Whaley.
Right.
Is he gonna get it?
Next is Ms. Pamela Knightner from Southeast Middle School. Principal, Mr. Myers.
That's right.
She wasn't gonna miss nothing.
And I'm gonna make the picture.
Last but not least, Ms. April Smith, Burnside Elementary School. Ms. Campbell, Principal. Let's give all of them another round of applause for a job well done.
Yeah, come on down.
Hey, Tamika, see if the little girl wants some of that candy.
Yeah, come on down. Tamika, you on the end. There we go. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That concludes the school board spotlight for tonight, October 10th, 2023.
Thank you so much. Dr. Witherspoon, would you like to say anything?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, congratulations to our honorees this evening. And as Ms. Edmond did state, there's millions certainly that flow through the school books, and our bookkeepers do a fantastic job of managing that and making sure that those resources are there and spent appropriately and working through all those processes. And congratulations and thank you for what you do. And those honorees, that's job well done. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone. We're now at item 5.04, which is the public participation. I'd like to read a statement so that we'll govern ourselves accordingly. We are now in public participation portion of our meeting where individuals can speak on an agenda item or a non-agenda item. Speakers may offer objective comments on school operations and programs that concern them. The board will not permit in public session any expression of personal complaints about individual school personnel. You're allowed 3 minutes to speak and at the last 30 seconds of your time, our parliamentarian, Commissioner Jamie Devine, will cue you to start wrapping up. The board will not respond to you tonight, but we will respond to you within 10 business days. First we have tonight, Ms. D. Samuel. If you just position yourself here at the podium, you'll be to speak for your 3 minutes, and reminding you that Commissioner Devine will remind you of your last 30 seconds.
Good evening, board and everyone that's here tonight. I wanted to speak on a non-agenda item regarding community and prayer. I'm not sure how many of you know, but recently in the Eau Claire community, there was some tragedy that hit, and so I organized a prayer rally for the community to come out and support. And just knowing what Richland County School District 1 stands for, which is engaging, educating, and empowering, I seek to do the same thing within the district, not just the Eau Claire community. We started with the Eau Claire community, but the goal is to support all of the schools within the District 1, the Richland County School District 1 area by organizing community prayer rallies where we are able to pull the community together. As we know, it's not just about the staff or the students, it's also about the community. Without the community support, then it's hard for the staff to do this thing along with the students. So what I am trying to do within the community is organize prayer rallies at the different areas within the District 1 school district where we're able to come together as a community and we're able to engage the community so that they can come out and support. We can educate them by letting them know what it is that the district is needing from us as a community, and then we can empower them to not just know, but to also act and to do what is needed as a community. I feel as if it's going to take the community and positive influences for us to just teach our children something more than just the curriculum that they're learning in school, but to also teach them that there are standards, there are morals, and there are ways for us to positively solve conflicts and to introduce conflict resolution in a better manner than what we're seeing within our district, in our community nowadays. So what I am hoping to get the support of the district is that when we are organizing these prayer rallies, that we are supported, that we are welcome in the areas at the school district, that they know that we are promoting positivity and we're pushing positivity in the community so that we can show the students that there
30
is
seconds.
a better way. Thank you. That we can show the students that there is a better way and that we can also teach them standards and morality. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Again, we will not respond to you tonight, but we will respond to you in 10 business days. At this time, we'll now have George Crouch. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Board. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good evening, members of the Board, members of the audience, and my friends out there in YouTube land. Good evening. At the last Board meeting for me, almost a month ago, I requested that the district remove a playback restriction from the Richland 1 YouTube channel. The playback restriction, which I'll call going forward a block, prevented me from copying a video snippet of the board meeting. I thought I did a pretty good job of making the case that this copying ability provided some clarity for certain board discussions that I do in my recap. I told I was receive a letter from the district after 10 days. When I didn't receive word, I felt like maybe they were going to let me be able to use my app, or at least they were talking about it. But that, or they lost my address or the letter in the mail. But anyway, be that as it may, I hadn't heard from them, but that's okay. But I'm checking the September 26th board meeting on YouTube, and my copying app remains blocked. The YouTube site says playback on other websites is disabled by the video owner. Okay, so maybe this is standard operating procedure for most school districts. So I'm going to try my copying app, which I call Vibby, V-I-B-B-Y, for those of you who are out there interesting. So I'm going to try it on Lexington 1 School Board YouTube channel. So I apply it, and sure enough, I have success with it. I can do exactly what I want to do with that particular school board meeting at Lexington 1. Okay, so let's try Lexington 5. Success there too, no block whatsoever. So let me just reach out to Lexington 5 and ask Rebecca Hines, who's the board chair. She responded back to me, I spoke with Barrett in my office, the communications director, about this concern since he handles all things YouTube and websites. As far as he knows and can tell, on the back end of YouTube, all the videos are public and open. We are not doing anything that we know of to make our videos unavailable. There are third-party tools that allow viewers to copy video content. A lot of news outlets use those. A person can also pay for YouTube Premium, which gives them the ability to download YouTube videos. Okay, so I'm about out of time, but unless you want to give me another 3 minutes. No? Okay. Okay, so this saga will continue, and I'll pick up at the next board meeting, so we'll see you then. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, the board will not respond to you tonight, but we will in 10 business days. We have Robin Smith.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes. Good evening.
Okay. I actually spoke also at the September 26th meeting about MOAs not being in compliance, and also about the renaming of the Lower Richland baseball field to be named after Coach Henry Mixon, who coached at Lower Richland for over 30 years, and Calvin Pokey Reese, which is also one of our Major League Baseball players. I was told that I would get a response in 7 to 10 business days. I also never got a response. So today I actually want to talk to Dr. Witherspoon and the board about asking what the district intends to do about district policy on foundation booster clubs and other organizations that are not being followed. Does the district intend to continue this practice? I mentioned at the last meeting, the Lower Richland's website was advertising for a private organization, the Lower Richland Alumni Foundation. They are currently having an event this week that will be for the unveiling of plaques at the district stadium. The issue is why or how this private organization has the ability to unveil plaques at a district building and charge for it. The policy indicates that the school board should have been appointed to approve these markers, and there is no documentation to show this ever occurred. Furthermore, the school wasn't even aware this event was occurring until the community reached out to ask about the event and about the charge. It's clear that the district is okay with people not following its policy, and I'll note that I've even seen some people that are here today and not here that have shared and also liked the advertisement of this event. At that time, I actually, as an alum, have no problem with the recognition. I just believe that we all should be able to follow the policy. I'll also note not only is this event on the Lower Richland Public website, it's also now listed on the district's website, also with a link to purchase tickets to the event, and it is not a district event. With that being said, if this time I do get a response, can you please include whom we in the community need to contact about our private organizations, events, and ticket links to be available to be made on the district website, and ensure that it's also put on the Twitter website, the Facebook website, as well as
30
any local
seconds.
school policy. I would like to know, Dr. Witherspoon, does the district not get tired of lawsuits for the board and district not following its own policy? I understand that it is district, is taxpayer funds, but I just do not believe that we should be footing the bill for advertising for a private organization. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. We will respond to you in the next 10 business days. Thank you for your comments. Is this Ms. Davis? Yes, Louise Davis, I'm sorry.
Hello, members of the board and audience. My name is Louise Davis. I came also in Tuesday, September 12th. I, too, did not receive a letter acknowledging the complaints that I had about 2 schools in District 1. I was assured that I would be contacted in writing. I did follow up with emails to the board that were not acknowledged or returned. I did make phone calls with voicemails that are full, and my concern was if anybody would get back to me. I did check to see if anybody, if the board answers to anyone. They don't. They just answer to us, the taxpayers. So hopefully we will get a response back.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your comments. We will respond to you in the next 10 business days. I just want to make sure we're not having a mix-up here. There's another Robin Smith? Same Robin Smith? Okay, just 2 different addresses. I'm sorry. Yeah. 2315. Just want to make sure. Okay, so that's your address. The other Robin Smith at 2315. That's not you. Thank you so much. So there is no other Robin Smith. All right, good. That concludes our public comments. We'll now move on to the agenda, which is the consent agenda 6.01, the September 26, 2023 minutes. Is there a motion to accept this as a consent agenda item?
I make a motion to accept this for agenda item.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Question or discussion about this item? Seeing none, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? I'm sorry, we're going to do that electronically still? All right, let's do it electronically. Cast your votes. The result is 5 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passed. We're now on the Office of Operations. We have two contracts I would like to read in at one time. And if you have any questions about these items, please raise your hand to be recognized for any question or discussion. We have item 7.01, which is the contract E-rate network equipment and maintenance. And we have 7.02, contract third party, Chapter 1, and 17, special inspection services, presented by Ms. Outing. Is there a motion to accept these items?
Move to approve to accept all items 7.
Hold on. Let's see if they're questions. We'll see if they're questions.
All right, been moved and properly second, moved by Commissioner Devine, properly second by Commissioner Clyburn. Question or discussion about any one of these items? Seeing none, hearing none, we'll now cast our vote.
I did. Hold on.
She's ready to go. Go ahead, girl. She's ready to go.
Right.
It's all right. It's all right. Be ye ready.
The result is 5 yeas, 0 nays. The ayes have it. Motion passed for both contracts. We're now, thank you. We're now under Office of Human Resources, 8.01 HR Personnel Update. Dr. Long.
Good evening, Mr. Vice Chair, Board of Commissioners, Dr. Witherspoon. We provided the HR personnel updates to you all during executive session as information. I'll answer any questions if you all have any.
Any questions at this time? Any discussion? Seeing none, hearing none. Item 8.02, Administrative Appointment. Dr. Long.
The administration recommends the appointment of Moses Brown to the position of Coordinator of Security and Emergency Services for the 23-24 academic year. The administration so recommends.
You heard the recommendation of administration. What's the pleasure of the board?
Move for approval.
Second.
Been moved by Commissioner Myers, second by Commissioner Devine. Question or discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, we'll now cast our vote. Four yeas, 1 abstention. The motion passed. All right, thank you. We'll now go to item .03, leave of absence. Dr. Long.
The administration recommends approval for the leave of absence without pay for the employee with the initials TH. The administration so recommends.
You heard the recommendation of administration. What's the pleasure of the board?
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Myers, second by Commissioner Devine. Question or discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, we'll now cast our vote. Four yeas, 1 nay. The motion passed. All right. We're now at item 8.0. You want to, you're changing your vote?
No, it wasn't.
It was
yes.
different?
It was yes.
All right, let the record show that it was 4 yeas.
5.
5. That's right, Aaron. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 yeas, 0 nays. Let the record show. All right. 8.04, hiring of personnel. Dr. Long.
The administration recommends hiring all the teachers on the attached list for the 23-24 year. There are 12 teachers listed. The administration so recommends.
You heard the recommendation of the administration. What's the pleasure of the board?
Move for approval.
Second.
Been moved by Commissioner Myers, second by Commissioner Devine. Question or discussion? Question. Commissioner Myers.
Dr. Long, can you please give me an understanding of how can someone actually do the application, had an opportunity to do an interview, and still take up to 10 business days before they actually can start working? Like, why is the process taking so long?
Well, you should expect the process to take about 2 weeks, quite frankly speaking, and check with some other districts and take up to a month, to get someone hired. But there are some times when the process goes outside of our school district, and so, for instance, the background check. When we send them out to get an SRI done, it's outside of the school district, so we have to wait until that whole process is done. When we go through the summer, when the other districts and other organizations, the businesses are trying to get their SRIs, their background checks done too, then as they come in, that's when they do them. So we're placed as we get them in, so it takes some time. Then when we do the sex offender check, there might be a time when some states are down, their systems are down. So we have to wait for that to come back in too. We can't skip either one of those processes to hire somebody. But usually, our process doesn't take a whole 2 weeks for someone to be hired unless there's some holdup somewhere.
Thank you for that. Just give me a better outlook of it, because nowadays everybody got a shortness everywhere. So thank you for that information.
You're welcome.
Second part of my question is, can you give me a better understanding about, I know we having staff shortage as well as teacher shortage, and our numbers is not as high what it was at the beginning of the school district, but it is still pretty high. Is there possible that there's a student from Richland 1 that need a course to graduate and don't have a staff actually there to teach the course?
None that I'm aware of. That usually doesn't happen because we do some other things. There are some courses that we don't have a teacher for. We might do a virtual course, or a virtual course from another high school who has a teacher to be able to teach that class. We have teachers who give up planning periods to teach. So if we have an Algebra 1 teacher who we've not filled a position for, then the other math teachers in that school will give up their planning period to teach that Algebra 1. So those students will have a certified teacher each period for that block schedule. So, and then we hire retirees who might want to work for 2 months or 3 months, and they're certified. So, I don't know of any students in our district who've lost credit, not gotten credit, because we have a sub or because we have a vacancy for a teacher.
Thank you for the education. That's all my questions, Dr. Bishop.
All right, if there's no other questions, do we, I think we already, no, we now can cast our vote.
Yes, I vote.
Five yeas, 0 nays, the ayes have it. Motion passed. We're now in the office of the board. This is an opportunity for any board member to share their recent activities, as well as some of the community information items they want to make people aware of. So at this time, this is 9.01, which is the board report. Is there anyone who have any board reports at this time? Commissioner Weston.
Thank you, sir. How are you?
All right, great.
Thank you. First, today I heard that in Darlington Lee Adult Ed School, that someone was shot and killed and another was wounded. So my question is, what are we doing to protect our adult education students and staff in Richland 1?
We have safety and security protocols at all of our sites and schools that are monitored through our safety and security department. There's trainings and things that occur, again, with all sites. and that is repeated multiple times during the year, and also our relationship with law enforcement to support those efforts as well.
Do they have an SRO or metal detectors
At
there?
adult ed,
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Good evening,
evening.
Dr. Witherspoon, Chairman Bishop. To answer your question, yes, we have metal detectors that have been assigned to all of our schools in the district and centers, and adult ed being one of them.
Secondary.
Second part of that question is, do we have an SRO that is assigned to that school? All of our schools are protected by our security team, and we have a security plan for all of our schools now.
So no to the SRO, and metal detector is going to be installed sometime soon?
No, ma'am, we have metal detectors at all of our schools and centers,
Okay.
and we have a very aggressive security plan for all of our schools, both high schools, middle schools.
And adult ed?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I didn't see one. Okay. Thank you. I was going to ask what were our next steps if we didn't have one, but I didn't notice one being there. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
And we're also looking at the elementary. If you all know, we do have the detectors at the secondary, at all the secondary schools.
Okay.
But that's a piece that I think
Would-
we've purchased, but a staffing issue, that's phase 3.
Okay. Would you
at elementary.
please check again about the adult ed for the metal detector? Because I didn't see one there. So if you will check, just get back to me on that. I'd appreciate it.
We can check, but they don't keep them out. They may not be out, depending on the site, like all day or what have you. So depending on how that, again, that safety plan looks, but that's something we can check on.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. The next, I visited Dreer High School to do their chat with the chair. And one of the concerns was that there are no cameras for security. And so sometimes it's somebody's word against somebody else's. And so are there going to be any cameras for Dreer?
There are cameras at Dreer, Commissioner
Okay.
Weston.
Okay.
And if there's some specifics, we do get those chat with the chair reports, and we do investigate those. But there are cameras at Dreer High School.
Okay. The other concern I have is we had a couple of constituents, 3 tonight, who said that they did not receive a response from us. It's a service that we are supposed to provide. So would you look into that to make sure that they do receive their response in a timely manner?
I will respond to that. I did sign those letters. They are in the mail. I'm sure of that, so they will get them momentarily. But as policy, we don't respond to them.
Right.
And I wanted to make sure I followed that protocol, but since you asked it, I will respond to you. I signed those letters personally, and those letters are in the mail.
Okay. I just, when I heard
Yeah.
them say, wanted to make sure that we do follow along with that.
Absolutely.
Okay, the next part is the policy that was brought up, DIBA-R. I had a chance to look at that and wanted to know provide us with some evidence that the policy is being followed, and how is it being followed?
Could you repeat the policy?
The policy is DIBA-R. It is Foundation Booster Clubs and other organizations. Any amounts of money they raise is for the school. It is guidelines for establishment and operation of fundraising organizations, including but not limited to the PTO, PTA, booster clubs, and foundations. And so I had an opportunity to look at those and would like to know how this provided with some evidence that the policy is being followed, since it is our policy.
Sure. As I sent to the board on Friday in the board update, you would review that. I did talk about some of these. There's policy review that happens, and those policies are are under review and will certainly be coming back to the board. That being said, as we've looked at the impetus of these policies around boosters and those types of things, since the inception, I think in 2007, maybe 2008, the initial inception of these policies, they were around those school-based organizations, i.e. booster clubs, and some school booster clubs, PTOs, and so forth, just ensuring that because they operated at the school, that there were some processes and procedures. Just through some initial investigating, it was never the intent, some outside entity, that we would regulate them. For example, we have on our website now about Prisma Health and the flu shots. We don't ask Prisma for all of this information and so forth and so on, and other organizations. So thus, some review and revision is forthcoming. But we do follow those things. And again, the impetus is, as we understand it, was around those booster clubs and all of that. So there may need to be some tweaking to some of those, and that is being investigated at this point.
Okay, it did say about MOAs were done for that in this write-up, and so I was wanting to find out exactly what was being done to make sure that we are following the policy.
Absolutely.
Any other questions at this time from you?
Nope.
All right, seeing none. Any other questions to the left? Discussion? Question? Board report? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a board
Commissioner
report.
Myers.
Very quickly. I had an opportunity to attend the conference September 25th through the 27th. It's actually the COSBA conference. And at that time, we was in Washington, D.C. We had an opportunity to be there when it was actually kind of discussing the shutdown a little bit. It gave us, my colleagues that actually attended with me, an opportunity to actually sit with some members and talk about some importance that school board members as well as staff and students need to continue education in their future. One of our main topics I definitely want to talk about is we had an opportunity to talk about mental health. And it gave us a platform to realize that mental health is actually everywhere. It starts at all ages. So right now it's a growing field that we definitely need to dive into and get a better understanding of it because it's affecting everyone. So with that being said, I feel like attending this conference gave me an opportunity to say that I was speaking for each and everyone who is actually want to see the future of students and the young ages children that are here for the growing. I had an opportunity to bring my folder back, and I kept all my notes. And the reason why I bring it back, because I would like for us to definitely put this in the minutes and share this information to anyone who actually would like the information about it.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Myers. Any other board reports?
Yes.
Commissioner Clyburn.
Yes, thank you so much, Chairman, Bishop. I attended the same conference, the COSBA conference, and it was definitely an eye-opening experience for me. That was my first time attending this conference. We have colleagues that have attended in the past, and it gave us an opportunity on the federal level to discuss what was important to our district with our congressional leaders. And we did a visit with our congressman from this district, and we were able to discuss various topics, that were important to us that sit within the 6th Congressional District. But one of the things that I brought up, Commissioner Myers mentioned the mental health piece that was discussed a lot during our meeting with him. And there were some other things that were mentioned, such as workforce development. That was one thing that, was brought up during that meeting. And we were able to find out a lot that was already taking place that has not been reported yet. But there are things that are coming up, and it's, exciting to hear about to make sure our students, have something to look forward to. We're doing things within the district to, make sure they're career ready and college ready as well. But if they do decide to go into the workforce, that's definitely a piece that it was good to hear that is being worked on the state level as well. As high as the governor is actually, doing some things and working with the Congress on. So that was definitely a very valuable experience and a learning experience. So it was a positive thing. So, and I also had one other thing. Going to these conferences, we learn a lot. We learn a lot about policy and procedure, the proper procedure. And I did want to ask, and maybe our parliamentarian can add to this, but when we're speaking publicly and, especially at our board meetings, when we're talking specifically, especially when people are getting up and addressing certain topics, the proper procedure as far as when we do our reporting or when we're asking questions, are we or are we not supposed to specifically speak on things that are being stated, hearing from people publicly? And I'm trying to parse my words because,
Well,
Can I say
so two things. So
Oh,
one
you
is,
know what I'm referring to?
if you look at the policy as it pertains to public comments, it says that the board will not respond to public participation on that night. And so that's what the policy says. And so therefore, we should not be doing it. But if a board member does, there's nothing to stop them from doing it. That's number one. Second thing is that we would hope that all board members would abide by our own policy. If they don't, there's really not too much we can do about that going forward.
But it is something that we need to pay closer attention to in the future, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I just wanted to make that point. Thank you.
All right. Any other board reports at this time? All right. I did just want to emphasize or even amplify what was a recent event in the Eau Claire community, which was led by, I think I want to just call it the courageous leadership of, I'll call it DD. Thank you, Larry, for being here. What was very interesting, or I would say impactful, was one of our students of our community was pulling a wagon load of support bears, is what I would probably call them, which is what sometimes the law enforcement hands out after traumatic incidents that happen with children through the night. And she was also giving out comfort blankets. And she gave it to the community because all of us had experienced trauma, because those were all of our children. And so I told the young lady after I spoke to her I was going to definitely recognize her tonight. Her name slips my brain right now, on my mind. What's her name, Dee? Cassidy Jones. Well, and what school is she with? You remember?
I don't remember what school she's currently attending now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
11 years old, and that's her purpose. That's her mission in life right now, to provide those type of support items to our community. And so I just wanted to definitely take the moment to recognize her. The word of God says the child shall lead them, and our child shall lead them. And when we think about the safety and security of our children and the well-being, it's a beautiful thing when our children are playing a part of the healing process. So, as the community says, shouts out, a special acknowledgement to her leadership. Just wanted to make sure I held true to my word that I would recognize her on this evening. And with that being said, there's no other board report. We'll now move to the Office of Superintendent, which is item 10.01, Superintendent's Report. Dr. Witherspoon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the board. South Carolina State Fair starts tomorrow, October 11th, and 40 Richland 1 art students have received honors and awards for the 2023 State Fair Art Competition. They were among approximately 240 K through 12 students from across the state who were recognized for their artistic talent. 2 students received Best in Show Award. Jackson Timberlake, 6th grader at Hand Middle, received Best in Show for middle level photography division, and Sarah Campbell Brown, a senior at Flora, received Best in Show for high school 3D division. Those names and schools of all of our award-winning young artists are posted on our website. Congratulations to Lower Richland High School's Army Junior ROTC drill team on winning first place overall in the Greater Midlands Drill Competition. The event was held on September 30th at Ridgeview High School. The drill team placed first in 2 events and second in 3 events, making them the first overall for the meet. Cadets will compete in the Palmetto State Drill Championship Arm Division at Lower Richland High School on December 2nd. As noted at our last board meeting, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and this Friday, October 13th, will be Pink Out Day in Richland 1. Everyone is encouraged to wear pink attire as a show of the district's support and solidarity in the fight against breast cancer. Post your pictures on social media using the hashtag R1PinkOut2023. Prisma Health Midlands Foundation's Walk for Life and Famously Hot Pink Half Marathon and 5K will be held Saturday, October 14th at Segra Park. Team 1 will be well represented at the event. Thank you to everyone who will be participating and to everyone who has made a financial contribution. Also on Saturday, October 14th, dog owners who want to make sure their pets are looking good before dressing them up in their Halloween costumes can get that done while giving students some career training experience. Students at W.J. Keenan High School's Animal Sciences 2 class will hold a special dog grooming event for the community Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the school. Community members can drop off and pick up their dogs at Keenan's teacher parking lot. Appointments are not necessary. Grooming costs $20. Dogs will receive a bath and blow dry, as well as nails, oral, and ear care. Proceeds from this event will go towards sending students in the Animal Science 2 class to the National FFA Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana. Again, this year, Richland 1 is partnered with the City of Columbia and the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Foundation to hold the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Honor the Dream Food Drive benefiting Harvest Hope Food Bank. Collection boxes have been placed in all of our schools and administrative buildings. Donations of canned goods and other non-perishable food items are accepted. The food drive will run through November 17th. We're also encouraging all students to apply for the City of Columbia's 2024 Dream Keeper Scholarship Awards. The scholarship program is open to Richland 1 elementary, middle, and high students aged 18 and under. The Dream Keeper Awards recognizes students who demonstrate a commitment to the ideals of social responsibility, diversity, racial harmony, nonviolence, and political empowerment through volunteer service. Additional information is posted on our website at richland1.org and on the City of Columbia's website, columbiasc.net. We are looking to develop the district's 2024-2029 strategic plan, and we're seeking input from our stakeholders as part of that important process. Our new strategic plan will serve as a roadmap that we will use to guide our work for the next 5 years. It will establish clear and measurable goals, action items, and benchmarks that will help us focus our resources in the most effective way. As we create a plan that will impact our students and community for years to come, we want to ensure that we provide opportunities for our stakeholders to share their ideas and vision for the future of our district. Focus group meetings will be held October 17th through 19th to community members, and partners. All district stakeholders will be able to provide their input through surveys later this month. 4 focus group meetings will be held for parents and guardians. The schedule and the registration link are posted on our website at richland1.org. Parents and guardians may choose the meeting that is most convenient for them, regardless of whether the meeting is in their attendance zone. Parents and guardians who are unable to attend can provide their input through the survey that will be distributed again later this month. Mr. Chair, that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Dr. Witherspoon, for your superintendent's report. Any questions for the superintendent? All right, seeing none, hearing none. We'll now come to the last item on our agenda, which is an announcement before the adjournment. The next regular board meeting of the Richland 1 Board of School Commissioners will be held at 7 p.m. Tuesday, October 24th, at Hopkins Middle School, 1601 Clarkston Road, Hopkins, South Carolina. With no objection, we now stand adjourned.